Hey City Church, we're the Hunefelds, here to share some of the ways we've been building the habit of rest on Sabbath. About a year ago, we read The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. One of the topics that really spurred conversation in our family was the Sabbath. In part because of that book, we've been taking the Sabbath more seriously over the last year and embracing some low-pressure habits in our Sundays.
We'd love to share a few of the practices for Sabbath that have helped us carve out time for rest, worship, and play. First of all, we put down our phones. We treat Sundays as a type of digital detox. We may still check a few times a day for messages and calls, but for the most part, we try to disconnect. We also try to leave our phones at home when leaving the house when possible. We've also added a couple weekly routines in order to protect our Sabbath and make it really restful. For me, that means cleaning the bathrooms on Saturdays and prioritizing laundry on Mondays. I'm better able to truly rest on Sundays knowing that those chores are prioritized on other days. We also try to plan ahead with easy meals. Sometimes being in the kitchen is restful and life-giving for me, but it's really nice to be able to cook and bake when and what I want to rather than cooking out of necessity.
With our kids, we try to prioritize outdoor time and especially unstructured time. A lot of times we find ourselves wandering in a park, taking a hike, or just being in the backyard with nothing to do. We join the live stream. We give time for each other to pray and read alone, especially with young kids. Sabbath isn't always as traditionally restful as we want it to be. And one of the ways we work at that is carving out space for Abby and for myself to be alone with no kids and just in solitude. We encourage each other to reject the impulse to think about work, to plan the week ahead, or even to worry about our growing to-do list throughout the day.
We try to think of Sabbath as more of a practice rather than a list of rules, and some weeks feel more restful than others. But as a whole, these habits have really allowed us to look forward to Sabbath. It has become a day of rest and worship, a time to reconnect with each other and with our kids, and a time to quiet the noise and clutter of life that often seems to take up so much space in our minds and hearts. I know that for me, COVID has made it so that often all of the days of the week just sort of bleed together. And especially because we've still been worshiping via live stream, it's been just really nice to have Sabbath as a really dedicated day of rest that feels a lot different. And it has really allowed our entire weeks to feel like they have more of a rhythm to them.
We're excited that City Church is highlighting this habit during the season, and we hope that you're finding ways to insert this practice into your routine as well.